How are you?
Oh, good, not bad. Dan, I just wanted to start with this. We're going to speak to Barry Bannon shortly, and you attended his charity evening on Sunday, and what did you make of the night?
Oh, it was fantastic. Second time now. Yeah, I think the first time was last year. By this event was fantastic, and the second year, yeah, again, nice event. A lot of nice people, lovely people, a great atmosphere to be there, and of course, when you can help and we can support for the kids for this charity event, and it's a fantastic evening. Yeah, all good, really nice. I enjoyed this. It's always a pleasure to be part of this event. I said this last year, and then when you do it a second time, then you're not sure if it's still the same. But it was again very, very kind. Yeah, really, like a family atmosphere. It was nice to be there.
Apparently, you got into a bit of a bidding war about something to do with Steve Bracknell and a training session.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a bit about that?
Yeah, I think you could offer a prize for a training session with Barry and Steve, and then to increase a little bit the price, I said okay, if you bid more or you offer more, then I will be involved as well. And yeah, it was good, and in the end it was good money for the kids, and I think this is the most important part.
Do you enjoy seeing the players giving back to the community in this way?
Of course, I think this is nice to see them also off the pitch. Yeah, of course, in the training ground you see them, but when you see them in this event, and I must say, I like when the people say welcome to the players with a song. Yeah, this is always a little bit special. No, a lot of faces, they smiled, they laugh, enjoyed. Everybody's looking forward for the big game in nearly 2 weeks. Yeah, you feel the atmosphere there. Everybody is waiting for this game, but our focus is on Saturday to go to Plymouth and take the next points. Yeah, this is the main part at the moment.
Yeah, did you have many people coming up to you and saying, please win the derby a week on Sunday?
Yeah, of course. I think everybody was at first. We want to show how, what for massive fans we have at home, which ground we want to create a good atmosphere, and then of course we want to bring our performance on the pitch to make this to a special afternoon. But for me, it's still in 2 weeks, a little bit, far away. My focus is at the moment really Plymouth, and this is a tough one.
There has been one topic that has dominated fan discussion this week. There have been reports that Southampton have retained an interest in you and plan to make a fresh move in the summer. Do you see your future at Hillsborough?
Oh, I must say, all the rumors around and topics at the moment don't influence me. For me, it's my main part here. The next game, to win the next game with my group. I think special after the last results where we didn't win. Our responsibility is to bring us back to this track where we are before this small run now, and I think this is the main part. My full energy is at the moment here by Sheffield Wednesday with my group to do everything, have meetings, prepare the team as much as I can, bring them, push them to the limits, and this is really my main target, my main goal at the moment.
How difficult is it to avoid this becoming a distraction though? Because I imagine it's going to get talked about endlessly until there is some kind of a conclusion. Either it doesn't happen or it does happen.
For me, this is absolutely no problem at the moment, because I will not listening to left and right at the moment. My focus is here, because I know what we have to do. I know my responsibility for my group here, for the club, for our massive fans. I think this is all what is important at the moment, and not some headliners around or this and this. I think there's sometimes too much outside, and I think for me it's no problem to avoid this, because my focus is really here and now, and I feel this during the trainings week. Nobody is really looking what happens with the manager or something like this. No, everybody is very, very focused on the next game, because we want to win the next game, and we know what it means to come a little bit in the flow back now, especially then for a tough week, and this should be our goal altogether.
Is it possible, this is just a final question on this, is it possible that you could be the manager of this football club next year?
I think everybody knows my contract situation. There's at the moment no reasons why we should talk now in this situation about anything else except of the next game, and I think with in this direction we should go in the next 11 games, follow focus of our performance, our results, get as much points we can get, and what it means in a championship. I said this to my players during the week. In the championship, you always play for something. I know some people will say, if you're then a little bit in a no man's land. No, but even at the moment, you have some points behind, some points ahead, but we still play for the next 3 points, and this is the responsibility, and for this we have to do everything.
Injury-wise, have you got any good news ahead of what is a big week?
Oh, it's a mix. I think some players are back, some players we manage, some players, especially now how we travel, we have to look. It really makes sense if you can't be in the squad on Saturday. If it really makes sense then to be part of our journey for the next 3-4 days, or keep them here and prepare them with training. But it was not worse than last year. Last week it's better, but we have still some small issues, and then really to decide tomorrow then the final squad or the final players. I think we will take more than the normal squad for this journey, because when you have 2 games in a row very close, then it's important that we have this, and maybe some players get some minutes in the under 21 as well to come in a rhythm. I think the direction is great, but of course still some players with some problems.
Happy with all of the travel plans that you've been able to put together for the Plymouth-Norwich road trip?
Greg, our team manager, did a fantastic job. He prepared everything with the club together. I think this is important. That was the reason why we make the decision in the summer that I have someone around me to help in this case, and this is good. I can trust him. He's doing really well. Of course, some questions we have to do together. The club helps, the German helps. He agreed everything, and was easy to go forward for this journey.
Would it be a good thing sometimes, to get the players together and almost make this something similar, I guess, to like a training camp, that you're out together as a group, you're staying away from your home for a few days, a couple of games?
Yeah, of course. I think this is always good to be a little bit out of the normal things. But the best medicine is when you take the next 3 points, and then you will have much more fun in such a journey. Because, and I know this, if you're then together, then it's sometimes still harder, because then you cannot easily clean your mind and think to different things. But to have this together, we save some time in the coaches. I think this is also important, that we have not so many ways to travel. We can split this, we have some training sessions, and I think all in all you can ask me after Tuesday night, was the right thing or not, of course.
Blessed with a lot of options defensively to mix things around. So how do you go about trying to stop these avoidable goals being conceded?
When you look back, I said this many times, we have 2-3 things what we have to improve. We need more pressure on the ball. Yeah, we have a lot of people around the ball, but not really in the duels. I think this is the main part what we have to improve. And in the box, we have to be more man marking. Yeah, more consequence, more ruthless in this case. This is a part. And then of course we have to stop our individual mistakes, because this is also part of the story. It's not a tactical side where you can say, okay, we get again and again the same things. We have nearly every week a player who makes an individual error, and if you stop this and bring the two things around the box and in the box together, then we have a chance to have clean sheets. And I think QPR and Swansea were two good examples how it can look like, and this is what we have to do. And yeah, in the last couple of weeks we played against strong teams, very strong teams with a lot of good individual players, and then every mistake or everything what you do not right is dangerous, and this is also a part. Yeah, but we learned, and hopefully we improve in the next weeks. This is our job.
Finally, have you had any conversations with the head of officials? Because you've had a few decisions go against you recently, in particular that Sunderland game, which had a big impact on the game. Have you had any communication with them about some of those decisions?
I spoke straight after the game with the referees. It was okay. Yeah, it's always respectful. I know what it means. They have responsibility, and if they look back, then maybe they will think about some decisions, of course. Yeah, but we have to carry on. It makes no sense. I said this after the game. At first, look to our solutions and what we can influence, and this is our performance. Stop our mistakes, and all the other things will come back soon, hopefully. But for this, we have to take the responsibility. And yeah, yeah, they are humans, and sometimes they make wrong decisions, like me as a manager, like some players. And yeah, of course, after the game, it's always easy. It's the fault of them. But they will try the best, and I am convinced they will do the best job they can.
Appreciate your time, Danny. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rob. Thank you.
Danny, afternoon. How you doing?
Hey, Alex. I'm good. You?
Yeah, living the dream as always. I want to touch on, I know you've spoken to Rob a bit there, but this Southampton report. You've spoken at times about short-term, medium-term, long-term goals. We know you're an ambitious person, and football managers do move on. I guess the question is, are you still in it for the long haul at Sheffield Wednesday? Do you still have those longer-term goals? We know that your contract runs on for quite a while, yeah.
Yeah, I think that should be not just my person, it should be general, the plan from the whole club. I think this is a part of this case. Yeah, I'm part of the long term. Yeah, but of course, general the club have a long term, or want to have a long term, and this is what we try together at the moment to bring this in a direction. And then of course, football is football. Yeah, you know this business. But I think if you have not a long-term version, what you want to do and how you want to building up something, and then it's difficult. I think in the last 18 months, we push topics forward. We try to change something. We try to bring identity here, and yeah. I'm not sure long term in football. What I learned in Championship long term as a manager in the Championship means maybe 9 months. Yeah, I don't know at the moment. Championship goes quick, but for this, I think we tried a lot of things. And I read something. I think it's now after 4 or 5 years, maybe the first season where you play in a good position. Without pressure you have always, don't get me wrong, but be not involved in a relegation fight at the moment or something like this. And after the last year, I think this is also a huge step, of course, and it was also, and this is a part, yeah, we are ambitious, and this is the reason why we try more and more. Yeah, and this is also why we have to focus our next game. Still 11 games. This is 33 points. Of course, the last results make this not easier, but yeah, football is football. You never know, and I'm convinced if we make the first small step, and the first small step is to get points and the next win, then I'm convinced for my team that we are back on a good street forward, and this is I think the biggest job at the moment what we have to do. This is what I demand from my team. We have some parts what we have to bring into, and if you do this, then we have a good chance on Saturday against the team, and we know this from our experience from last year what it means to be in the relegation zone, to need every point. They are a little bit at the moment, small setbacks. They will be fight. I think the manager said this straight after the game that they have to face a different, they have to show a different face than against Hull, and we know what it means to play in Plymouth. And for this, we have to invest everything.
Going back to what you said there about the club vision and sort of the longer term goals. From the conversations that you had last summer ahead of the signing of your new contract, are you satisfied with their end of the bargain, would you say, and the stuff that's been in place, since the summer essentially?
Yeah, I think you have to link the whole situation. I think we made some good signings. We made some signings as a long-term project as well. I think we try to refresh the team. I think from this part, I'm satisfied what we did so far. You look back to what maybe it was possible in the 2 windows and was maybe what was not possible. I think this is always, this you have to trust us. We have all the information, and sometimes from outside it looks easier to say we should do this and we should do this, but we know which terms you need to bring this player or this player or this player. I think we had a good group together, and that's the reason why we are in a position at the moment where we are, and it means, take it. We improved as a club from 24th when I took over now to 13th position. Still ambitions to climb, step by step, and this is what we try. The feedback from my players, even in such a week, and this is what I said at the beginning of the week to my players, I want to have a fantastic trainings week, very focused, very clear what we want to do. I saw this so far. And then the second part is, I can speak about trainings performance is good, but the truth is on the weekend, and this is the main part. We need the link from the trainings week to the match day to get this final percent. My players at the moment, I think 80%, 85%, they're doing really good. Compare with from which point we come, how we improve, which player is at the moment in which performance, what is possible. We improved a lot, but of course for the last 10-15% we have to push again and again and again. We have to. I see my team is effort every week, and the game, and now on Saturday it's up to us.
Sure. Let's go through some of the injury stuff then. Max and Callum came off last Friday. How are they looking?
We managed them to the beginning of the week, and they are back in the training session. I think this is a good sign. We can continue. Stewie back, looks good. Musa is the question mark, because this is now exactly what I try to explain. Now we have to make the decision. Plymouth, Norwich and then the next game, it's very close to the first 2 games. If it makes really sense, or it's better then to have some good sessions here. Jan at the moment more difficult than good. Smudge is back. You feel the beginning of the week he needs a little bit the training session from the body, but looks okay. Hopefully I don't forget someone.
Just
Maybe.
around there, it's just the longer term guys after that. There's been some suggestion that there was sort of more illness kicking about. Is everyone sort of fighting fit and ready to go?
Icky at the beginning of the week, but he is also back. No, looks so far so good. Better than last week when you asked me, and this is a good sign.
Yeah, great stuff. What detail, if any, can you give us on what's planned for this stay over? Are you training at another club's facilities and this sort of thing? Or?
Yeah, we will go after the game straight to a first stop. Then we will train on Sunday there by the first stop. Then we go on Sunday afternoon to Norwich in this direction, and then we will stay there 2 days, and then we go back from there to Sheffield. Yeah.
Are you using sort of really high end training facilities, this sort of thing? Are you borrowing from another club or?
I'm honest to you, I have to ask Greg where we train really in the detail.
Okay.
This is then not I sit in the coach and I trust him, but everything is sorted, and I think between the 2 games there's not so much possible also for the load management. I think on Sunday it's important that we have a good session on the grass for the players that didn't play or that will not play, and then on Monday it's a really light session. It's more about video preparing, be fresh, and then go again.
You touched on it there, but the result on Saturday, isn't it? The result on Saturday could sort of have a big impact on the mood. With people staying away from the families and stuff. It makes it even more important, doesn't it? I guess.
Yeah, of course. I have a story in the past. We played with Leipzig a couple of years ago in a cup in a cup game against the 4th division, and we lost, and we have to stay overnight. And then you can imagine how the mood was by the dinner in the evening. I will never forget this atmosphere. But on the other side, and we won with Munich some good away games, especially in the Champions League. I can remember the 3-0 in Chelsea. Then you have a good night. I think it influence, of course, but we can do everything, and we have to do everything that we have a good Saturday with hopefully 3 points for us, and then we will see what we have to do. But my job is always be in front of my group, give them energy, and this is my job, and this is what I try. It doesn't matter which result. I'm always positive to give them the solution and to give them hope that we can win the next game.
Have you got any social stuff planned in that little trip? Keep them occupied, or in the old days they'd probably have a few beers on the Saturday night, but those days are long gone.
I'm not sure if this generation really likes to be in the pub. It changed something. Of course, some players they like, but the most of players they're very professional and they know what it means to have the next 2 days later than the next game. But for me, there's no issue if we win a game and they feel good. Then I give them a little bit space for something. But for this we have to perform well and take points.
Yeah, sure. I wanted to ask a bit of chatter on social media about where Josh is at. Obviously, he went on that incredible run of goals, and it may be fair to say, it sort of maybe dropped off the last few games. I mean, is that how do you go back to get the best out of Josh?
Yeah, I think the good thing is Josh is still in dangerous situations, and he has or had chances. I think this is a good thing when Josh is not around the right position and he is really out of the game. Then it's for me harder. But I see he is still involved. I spoke with him and I give them small things what I think he can improve. And then, of course, we have to work on it. And this is sometimes in football. Yeah, sometimes the moment is coming. He made a good assist in Swansea. We should not forget this. But and this is also part of the story in some moments. And he knows this better than me or you. For him, he knows his demanding is very high on himself. And yeah, I'm convinced if you bring him back in the right position, the moment will come and he score. And this is for the whole team. I think this is what I try to explain after the Sunderland game. These are at the moment in both boxes. Yeah, again, a little bit apart. And also part of the story is, and this is my hope always, when you're scored, I think we won in the past. And if you bring him back on this track, then the chance is much, much higher to win games. And yeah, I think he played a good season so far. And now in the final 11 games, we will bring him back that he can score again.
Yeah, happy days. Let's hope so. When will the decision be made on Ben Hamer and the squad list? It's perhaps a minor thing at this stage, but are we getting close to that point?
Ben is on the list since 2-3 weeks.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
Right, on the money as usual then, yeah?
Yeah. This is, we had, I think was 2 weeks ago, or 3 weeks ago, at the beginning of the week, James was a little bit ill, and at this moment I decided straight to bring him back on the list. I had a good conversation with Ben. I know it's not the easiest time for him because he's normally used to play games, and but the role, especially now, it's a little bit different. But I see he's doing exactly what I want to do, to be also in this part, leading, pushing, try to increase the limits in the training high, and this is good to see.
That ends any lingering questions about free agents and that sort of thing. It's done, dusted, and these are the boys for the rest of the season now.
Yeah, there's nothing what we want to do. We have still a position open now because you can delete Dichten from the list. Yeah, when you have a long-term injury. Yeah, but for us it's clear that we go with this group, and that's fine.
Yeah, good stuff. I better ask you a question about Plymouth because I'm not sure we've really had one yet. What do you make of what the new manager's done? You know, he made a splash with some of the social media stuff with the speech that he made. They got a great win against Liverpool, but still toiling a little bit in the league.
Yeah, it's a team who's well organized. I think I was in the stadium against Man City. You see all the other games organized. They try to be very aggressive, front foot defending in the shape. A little bit more direct now. Yeah, a lot of second balls, free kicks, throw-ins. All these things, you have to be ready for this. I think this will be a crucial part. Which team is more nasty, more aggressive on the second balls and win these balls. And then, of course, especially then, which team can bring the ball on the ground and is quick on the transition moments with the ball. But for me, the main part is which team is quick on the mind. And if you are sharp, and this is what we did this week again and again and again, to be aggressive, to go in the duels, to be close in the man, then we have a good opportunity. But I know what it means to be involved in such a tough race. Everything is possible, and they will try everything, and they know they have pressure now. There are 6 points, I think, behind at the moment. But we want to stop our run, focus on ourselves, bring our quality on the pitch, and be more aggressive than them, and then we have a good chance.
The word from Plymouth at the time of Ibby's deal being terminated and then obviously signing with you guys was that he was a talented player, but he didn't fit in with what they wanted to do. I mean, could Saturday be an opportunity for him to show them what they're missing?
Yeah, I will decide this on Saturday, of course. If he makes step forwards, you see in some moments his quality. Now it's about consistently, that you have not just one action 10 minutes, you do it again and again. I'm happy that if he's here. He can help us. I see him. He's still a young player where you can improve him and develop him. I think we have some players we developed, especially in this position. I think Gus as example, also Musa. I think this kind of players need a little bit a relationship, a connection, a little bit also the trust, the belief, some talks. Push him. I think these are things what you have to do with this kind of players. But keep going and let's see. And his moment will come for us as well. If it's on Saturday from the bench as a starter, let's see, or it's starter game. But I'm convinced that the moment will come for him.
And lastly from me, who's a better darts player, you or Sasha? And perhaps you could tell us the story that you told on Sunday night about the dartboard and all the rest of it.
Yeah, I think last season we start. Sasha bought a dartboard, and then we start to play. Who gets at first 46 points? For 46 points, you have to win 2 legs. We always play around the clock. I won. This game, the big game, and the new season we start a second one. And I'm still lead. Maybe this is the answer of your question. Who is the better one? For me it's a little bit sometimes to come down and relax for one moment. And it's also nice because if we do it in the coach's office, then you have a little bit of community and the coaches around us. Sometimes we invite the player to challenge us, and I think this is also important for the relationship in the group.
And you must be happy you sort of linked it to the run that went on and the chap that bought, I think it was Steve actually, that bought it, he's given it back, so you've not lost any good luck charm there.
Yeah, of course, it's true. Again, it was also for the charity we said, and it was great that he offered a prize for this. It looks not really nice, this thing, but it was nice, and we keep going on this.
Tremendous. Right, I'll see you down there. Thanks.
See you, Alex. Bye bye.
Good afternoon, Danny.
Hey, Stuart. Hey.
Danny, how do you explain that a team that is so well organised and has played so well away from home in the FA Cup can't get any points away from home in the league?
I think when you watch the game in Man City, even Man City had a lot of chances. Of course, Man City is a strong team. How can I explain it? I think you see what the manager wants to do with this group. I think also the signings, how he tried to improve the squad. I think his basic is be organized, be aggressive, front foot defending, be nasty in the duels. And they showed against Millwall, for example, it was a 5-1 win, what they can do on one day, but they have also some other phases. And then maybe sometimes it's hard for them to come back in the game when they conceded a goal, but this is the other thing, you have to pay attention. If you conceded a goal and they go lead, then it's much more difficult because then they're very compact, there's not so much spaces, they're very close to each other, very organized, and but the focus is I said this and try to explain, our focus is to our game, and I'm convinced if we bring our intensity, our quality on the pitch, then they have to do a lot of work against us.
Sure, and taking that into account and respecting that, even so, when you scouted them, do you focus much more on their home games just because they've got so many more points there?
Yeah, of course. I think this is no secret. Plymouth at home is completely different to Plymouth away. You have to focus on this. You have to pick the right games on it. But championship football, and we have also good run away. It's not that we are bad away. We have good performance. They know what it means to play against Sheffield Wednesday, and for us it's not just that they know, they have to feel it, what it means on Saturday, and for this we have to invest everything.
Because you mentioned you were at Man City. Were you not at Hull? Did you not think it was necessary at this stage?
Yeah, I think it was. The game was close to us. I had the invitation, and then I used this to see them there. Yeah, sometimes it's also good to be in the stadium and get a little bit the feeling what they can do, what they cannot do. I think instead of sit at home and watch it on the TV, I can watch it live, and it was good.
Sure. And just obviously there's lots of different reasons for the preparation you've got for these two games, and I'm sure this wasn't the main thinking, but do you think it'd be an advantage that the players are away from Sheffield and they're not getting the sort of chatter that you're talking about on Sunday about the derby when they need to be concentrating on Norwich first?
I think they are so professional, the players. They are looking for by game. I think what I can say that, and this is true, everybody is pushing, also the injury players, everybody wants to ready now, and wants to be in the squad and wants to be a part of this team. But I think this is also important. The next two games are massive for us, and the players they performed in these two games have more chances to play also in our home game. And I think this should be really also a push for everyone. If you want to play this big game at home, you have to deliver now in the next two games, and this is what I demand from us, and we should start on Saturday.
Just on the injuries at the moment, obviously there are problems which you have to deal with at Sheffield Wednesday level, and I know you're looking into them, but do you think we see so many injuries now across the board, especially muscle injuries, that it's something the wider game needs to look into more and try to come up with solutions to?
I must say it's really crazy, because during the boxing days we can really go through not so many injuries, but it's a long season with a lot of games. Games in a row. Now you have longer weeks. You train. You play. Maybe sometimes this is also from the mentality, from the mindset. Maybe also the pressure goes high up. For teams, I think this is also part. You always look then for the training load or for the game load or something like this. But don't forget also what happens in the moment, the pressure increase, you have to play, you can lose something, and maybe this also influence the injuries. All in all, I must say I'm happy with my group. We have some positions, and this is a little bit the shame. The same positions are injured. If you have not the same injury on the same positions, then maybe you will not feel it so much. But it's what it is. We take it, and I see more lights at the moment at the end of the dark of the tunnel. And this is positive.
Excellent. Well, thanks very much for that.
Thank you, guys. See you soon. Bye bye.